We want to get right now to the House Minority Whip, Democratic Congressman Steny Hoyer of Maryland. Going to talk in a moment, sir, about your new jobs initiative that's meant to get Americans back to work. But first, I want to talk a little bit about this Romney speech. The minority leader, Nancy Pelosi, said that it was a calculated move to be booed by the NAACP. What do you think she meant by that, and do you agree with that?
Well, I don't want to speculate on what exactly Nancy meant by that, but clearly I don't think Romney was surprised that he was going to get an adverse reaction. The African-American community feels very strongly that the Obamacare bill, the Affordable Care Act, that will provide access to affordable quality health care to all Americans, is a very important piece of legislation, not only for them, but for America. So I think he was surprised that there was an adverse reaction.
Do you think it's a mistake that President Obama is not addressing that group today? It'll be Joe Biden who's speaking today, but not the president.
I think the vice president clearly is representing the president and himself, is going to talk about the policies that this administration has put forward to try to turn the recession around that they inherited, create jobs. We created 4 million jobs, more than 4 million jobs over the last 28 months. The economy has grown too slowly, but grown. And I think that the vice president and the president are well known to the NAACP and African Americans and to America. And I think those policies are going to be supported by that organization and by, frankly, Americans across the country that understand how hard the president and vice president have been working to get this economy moving.
You have a new jobs initiative, a plan, and I should say kind of a sort of new, because it's part new and part old, from the Democrats, called the Make It in America plan, a combination of old bills and some new bills. Why are you highlighting it now, and what's the new part as compared to the old part?
Well, very frankly, Soledad, we're continuing to focus on what we call Make It in America. That is to say that we're going to make it in America, have success, get jobs, grow the economy, have a more successful economy. If we make more things in America, the president's set forth an agenda to double exports. The way you double exports is make more things in America. So what we want to do is adopt policies that will focus on expanding our manufacturing sector of our economy. We also want to make it easier to keep jobs in America by giving tax credits and make it less beneficial to ship jobs overseas. We want to make sure there's a level playing field, that our trading partners are trading fair, are not providing barriers to our exports that make their products cheaper in America and more expensive for us to sell there. So we are continuing to focus on growing jobs in America.
It will not come as a huge surprise to you that Eric Cantor's office doesn't think it's such a great idea. Here's what Lena Fallon, who's a spokeswoman for his office, said. Whip Hoyer's umpteenth iteration of Make It in America isn't new and hasn't moved the needle on job creation. Rather than focusing on the same old, we'd welcome Whip Hoyer and his party to join us on policies to grow the economy, reduce red tape, and stop the tax hike on small businesses and working families. What's your reaction to that reaction?
Well, look, I've asked Eric Cantor to put the president's proposed bill on the floor, which he proposed 6 months ago, to put it on the floor. Mr. Cantor has that ability, has that authority as a majority leader to do so. He's refused to do so. So when he says it hasn't grown jobs, we haven't put an agenda on the floor. Obviously, jobs have not grown because we haven't been focused on that. We voted on yesterday for the 31st time a repeal of health care for all Americans without any alternative plan from the Republicans. They continue to focus on issues that appeal to their political base but don't focus on jobs. In my opinion, had they put the President Obama's agenda on the floor, had we passed that, had the president signed it, we would have created 1 to 2 million additional jobs in this country.
Representative Steny Hoyer is the Democratic Minority Whip. It's nice to see you, sir. Thank you for talking with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Soledad, thank you very much.
You bet.